Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. This is for putting a shoulder strap so I don't have to hold it. All right, so I forgot to bring this out. Now, there's your different types of radios.
All right.
Okay, what else?
So the next one is flight simulators. Do we need them?
Flight simulators, do you need it? If you get in a mall helicopter, no.
Okay.
Guys, it's just going to go up and down, right and left. And it's not going to move fast no matter what you do.
Okay.
Okay? You're still going to crash it. My opinion is, yes, you need a flight simulator.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I've spent hours upon hours playing with a flight simulator because I was bound determined to fly that T-Rex 450.
Yeah.
And the second you try to fly a helicopter on a flight simulator, you're going to know you're in over your head real quick because they are not easy to control.
Yeah.
Hovering is almost impossible to do right when you first start.
Huh.
You have to build up your reflexes so that you are adjusting that thing. Because a little breeze comes on and blows the helicopter.
Yeah, sounds tough.
And you got to fight the breeze back. Okay? It's like riding a unicycle.
Mm-hmm.
You're balancing this machine on the column of air going down underneath it.
Yeah.
So if it's slightly out of balance, it wants to move.
Yeah.
So you're constantly adjusting it back into balance.
Oh, okay.
And any puff of air moves it. Because it's essentially weightless. You can blow it. That's one of my tricks to get this to move.
Yeah.
I'll blow it as it's hovering.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good trick.
And it'll move over. Okay? So I would say get a flight simulator, especially if you want to learn this. Flight simulators come with radios, by the way. You got two choices there. A flight simulator with a radio or without. This one has a port, which is, I don't know where that port is. It's right there. It's a port right there. You just plug a cable into that, plugs into the computer. And I can control the flight simulator with the same radio that I'm flying the helicopters with.
Wow.
The reason that's important is I get used to the radio.
Yeah.
I don't want to be flipping radios back and forth all the time.
Yeah, muscle memory.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. It's like playing video games. You got your favorite game controller. You always want to play with that game controller.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you get used to it and it behaves just the way you want it. Same thing with the radio.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
Works the same way.
Alright.
So what's next on our list?
Next on the list is ready to fly helicopters and bind and fly helicopters.
Okay. Now, let me explain that one a little bit. When you go to Toys R Us and get an Airhawks helicopter. By the way, Airhawks helicopters are much better than the ones you buy in the mall, in my opinion. Simply because an Airhawk helicopter is going to look like this.
Okay.
They're hard to fly.
Yeah.
You get lucky and get a good one, they're easy to fly. You got to get lucky. Okay. My advice is just go to an RC hobby shop and say, I want to start. If they're a good hobby shop, they're going to tell you things. Speaking of which, I've got an interview coming up in the next video on helicopters with someone who owns a RC hobby shop. And I asked them, where should you start and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Airhawk helicopter isn't a bad one. It's better than the ones you're going to get at the mall. The little kiosk in the mall,
Yeah.
way better. Okay, those helicopters come with a radio like this. So you have no idea what bind and fly and ready to fly is.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at this box right here, where is it on there? It's on there. Right here it says RTF. That means ready to fly.
Makes sense.
Okay? I don't have a bind and fly helicopter because I'm impatient. Bind and fly helicopters are cheaper, but RC shops tend not to have them in stock. Because people tend not to have radios
Yeah.
who are buying these kind of helicopters. So usually you have to ask for one. Ready to fly means when you open the box, not only do you find your nice shiny little yellow helicopter, okay, you will find a radio specific to that helicopter. Now this helicopter comes with the Spectrum DX4. This one you could probably bind to another helicopter or an airplane or something, okay? So this probably will end up on eBay, to be honest with you guys.
Okay.
Okay, because I know someone can take this and they can drive a car with it.
Yeah.
Or they can take this and then custom make a sailboat or something that doesn't need too many channels. The 4 on there means 4-channel radio if I know my stuff correctly. Someone will probably find this video and tell me I'm wrong. But anyhow, again, you can tell this is for a collective pitch because the throttle sticks
Stays
in one place. But this is a radio specific to this helicopter. I can put the batteries in here, charge that helicopter, probably fly it immediately.
Yeah.
It's probably already bound to the helicopter. Okay?
Okay.
That's what bind and fly means. Ready to fly means. Bind and fly does not come with a radio. You provide your own radio. They're cheaper. You're going to find that in the RC airplane market too.
Yeah.
You're going to find bind and fly and ready to flies. Ready to flies are more for the people that's like, I want to learn how to fly an airplane.
Yeah.
Nellie said something about trying to fly an airplane one day.
Yes.
Yes, she did. Okay? So we might do that soon.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't mind flying an airplane. But flying an airplane is very different from flying a helicopter. Very different.
Okay.
Okay? So keep that in mind because the airplane is always in motion.
Yeah.
Helicopter can be stopped. You can stop its motion and hold it in place.
Yeah.
Airplane cannot. As soon as it stops motion, it's in the ground.
Okay.
That's the big difference there. Okay? So what's next on our list?
The next on the list is replacement parts for helicopters.
Okay, in other words, what happens when you crash it?
Yeah.
Because you're going to crash it.
Yeah, you're probably going to crash it, sounds
You're
like.
going to crash it. I even crashed this one and it's really, really easy to fly. Okay? It's almost done charging too. Alright? This does nothing but crash.
Yeah.
This is a good example. I went to my local RC hobby shop and said, can I get parts for this? And they laughed. Because they knew what it was. Okay? The mall helicopters, good luck finding replacement parts.
Yeah.
They just don't exist. These people are just selling helicopters. They're not selling support. You go to an RC hobby shop, those people are selling helicopters. They're selling support. If they're a good shop.
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell a good shop when you walk in and say, I want to buy an RC helicopter. Okay. First thing you can ask, I want to buy an RC helicopter for a 6-year-old. If they're a good hobby shop, they're going to say, come back when they're 13. Because 6-year-olds don't have the coordination to fly a helicopter.
Yeah.
Okay. They can. I know a 6-year-old can fly this one. Because it just goes up and down. Okay. But they're not going to be able to fly this one.
Yeah.
It's just too difficult to fly.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the first question you're going to ask to find out if they're any good.
Alright.
Another question you can do is you can just point at a 450 size helicopter and say, do you recommend I buy that at first? If they say yes, run. Because they're trying to sell you something instead of be a support system. Okay? Now, if you buy a helicopter from a good RC hobby shop, they're going to carry the full line of replacement parts.
Okay.
This one, I can get replacement parts all day long. I've already broken the blade grips. I've already replaced the rear tail rotor. Okay? I've replaced this. This came with a blue front. I don't know if you saw that on the box. But it had a blue front. I got a red one.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted a red one. So, you know, you can replace all these parts. This rear tail rotor was $10. The whole helicopter was $150.
Oh, okay.
So you pay for it up front, but after that, the replacement parts aren't too bad. Okay? The circuit board should never need to be replaced. The airframe, everything can be replaced. In fact, on eBay, I can replace all the parts with this with aluminum. You can. In fact, you notice the blade grips are aluminum. Because I had problems with this helicopter at the beginning, plastic blade grips. I bought this when they first came out, were horrible,
Yeah.
and it kept just chewing through blades. Got the aluminum blade grips, and it quit chewing through blades. It became a really good little helicopter. So yeah, you want to go to an RC shop and buy your helicopters there.
Okay.
Okay, my local one, they start at $50. You're going to go to our Toys R Us, and we were looking at Toys R Us yesterday, and Nellie told me no. I don't blame her for this. She had a good reason. Okay? I didn't even argue with her when she said no. Did I? I didn't argue with you, did I?
No, you didn't.
I just turned around and put it back. An Air Hogs helicopter is $40. A mall helicopter is $40 or $50.
Yeah.
Go to the RC hobby shop, you might pay $60, but you can get parts for it. It's going to have 3 channels minimum.
Yeah.
The mall helicopters have 2. You just go to an RC hobby shop. That's the best advice I can give you. Find a good one. Go there, talk to them. They'll tell you things. They'll point you in the right direction if they're any good. All right?
Makes sense.
Makes sense. All right, because this is an RC thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's one question not on the list
All right.
that should be asked.
All right.
What helicopter should you start with?
What helicopter should you start with?
Air Hogs. Okay. To be honest with you, I had one of these when I was like 5 or 6, and I played with it for hours.
Looks pretty fun.
This is BB's helicopter.
Yeah.
She wants to fly my helicopters all the time. She can't, so I bought her this one so she has one to fly. Okay? Now, all joking aside, go to the RC hobby shop. They're going to tell you get a dual rotor helicopter. Okay? Not one with the horizontal thing. There's
Yeah.
dual rotor helicopters that look like this, that work properly. That will go forward, backwards, up and down, right and left.
Okay.
Okay? After that, then you want to work it in stages. Okay? The one person I talked to said you want to go through 3 different helicopters. Your third one can be like this, but you want to go through 2 before you get to that third big helicopter. And I'm doing it a little wrong. She said dual rotor, then one of these
Yeah.
with the fixed pitched, then the collective pitch. Okay? Now I have the little collective pitch so I can fly it around inside the house and get used to it first. Because this thing isn't much bigger than that one. And a room this big is enough for you to practice in.
Yeah.
Okay? This isn't a real big room. Your typical living room is big enough to fly one of these little guys in. So, that's what the interview is going to say when you watch it in a little while. She's going to say go through it in 3 stages.
Okay.
Okay? Now, all of you, we're wrapping this video up. It's already probably 15 minutes long. Alright? And I'm hungry.
Me too.
Me
Okay.
too.
Yeah, these guys are here for dinner.
Yeah.
Complete brain fart. I forgot what I was going to say. What I was going to say is this. I'm not an expert at RC helicopters. I'm putting this video up to tell you guys what I've learned. The information I've learned. Okay, so you go on the right path if you go to buy a helicopter. You see them at the mall. You see that guy flying that thing around the mall. It's got all blinky lights on it. It looks like a little UFO. Okay, and you think it's really cool. And then you take it home and you're all like, woohoo, woohoo. I gotta start this over. Okay? And you're like, that's really cool. I want one. Apparently the charge didn't hold well on it. Anyhow. Oh, it's the infrared's out of range. But something. Anyhow, you see it looks cool. You think you want it. And then you find out, ow. You crash it into your flankers. You buy the mall helicopter and then you're disappointed because it's all sorts of bad.
Yeah.
Just go to the RC hobby shop, buy the correct one the first time.
Alrighty.
That work?
Works for me.
Did you guys learn anything?
Absolutely.
I learned a ton of stuff.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.